Greetings, salutations, how are ya? AFarCryAway here today to talk about Insurgency Sandstorm and its full release. Before we hop into the video though, I wanted to let you guys know that today's video is sponsored by Chrono.gg. If you click the link below in the description, you'll be able to get 10% off of Insurgency Sandstorm. But do keep in mind that this deal is only going to work through the 3rd of January. So without going into any specific reasons, let me just go ahead and say that getting this game is a good idea if you enjoy mil-sims, tactical shooters, and Counter-Strike. Heck, even Rainbow Six Siege fans might enjoy this game. Now, I went into Sandstorm only wanting to play cooperative game modes, as in the first Insurgency, that was always my bread and butter, that was my jam, that was my shindig, that was my everything. There's just something really visceral feeling about strategically clearing out hallways and streets with your buddies while hunting down the bad guys. Insurgency had this very snappy feel to it, kind of like Counter-Strike. The aim was very consistent and precise, and it felt like you were always in control. And the good news is that this has all been translated into Sandstorm, so while you're playing co-op, everything feels so darn precise. In other games that I actually do really enjoy, like Rising Storm 2 Vietnam for example, the gameplay is really realistic and immersive and fun, but sometimes it does feel like things are a little bit out of your control. There really is something nice about the fluidity of the controls in Insurgency Sandstorm and the faster actions that just makes the game more fun to play. While I totally understand and can sympathize with the playstyle of Rising Storm and the way it tries to make you feel like just another cog in the machine, another soldier sent to the front lines of the meat grinder, like, I enjoy that, I think that's really cool, I'm glad that game exists, but me personally, I would just rather play Insurgency Sandstorm because it's just more fun to play. And because of that precision nature of the game and the combat and the movement and everything that's incorporated into that mesh of things, we have a competitive mode that's also equally fun to play. I normally never actually touch the competitive sides of many games that I've played, unless they're actually a requirement of the game, but Insurgency Sandstorm it's so much fun to play PvP. People are kicking down doors at each other, throwing frag grenades all over the place, sniping each other across the map, calling in A-10 warthogs to just, you know, the whole place. It's ridiculous. Insurgency Sandstorm hosts a variety of really fun and unique different classes to play as. You'll always have a very important role on your team as whatever role that you want to pick. Do you love blowing people up with grenade launchers and RPGs and IEDs? There's a class for you. Like mowing down hundreds of people rushing at you with a bipoded LMG? Well, there's a class for you. Do you enjoy calling in support strikes like gas, smoke, artillery, etc., Apaches, etc.? There's a class for you. No matter what you want to do in Insurgency to help your team win, there's a class that you can roll as and you'll be successful at it. And if you play it enough, you might even master the class. I would have to say my preference for a class is always leaning towards the demolitions. It really just is satisfying to lob grenade launcher rounds through windows. I don't know what it is about it. Heck, even RPGing the vehicles in this game is actually a very important and necessary role in co-op, so if you're the demolitions guy, you better know what you're doing. You're gonna blow yourself up, kid. Oh, and before I forget, the sound work in Insurgency is amazing. I've never felt more terrified to be under fire in a video game before, and I've also never felt more investigative than when I can hear footsteps approaching from certain directions in a building up and down below me. Heck, what's even cooler about this game is the fact that there's an intimidate button, so you can intimidate the people around you. Also, the VoIP is actually proximity based on one of the channels, so essentially, you can talk to the enemy team in this game. I don't know why you'd want to do this other than to just mess with them, but you can do it, and that's amazing. Now, I want to go ahead and list a list of cons as well as pros because I think it's fair to do so because, yes, this is a sponsored video and I would genuinely benefit from getting all of you guys to go support me by using that link down below and getting the game. However, I do want to make sure I do my due diligence here and let you guys know what's wrong with the game too. So unlike the first Insurgency that ran on the Source engine, this game runs on Unreal Engine 4, and as you know, Unreal Engine 4 has been a bit of a tricky engine. There's a lot of texture pop-in issues with this game, a lot of unoptimization that still needs to be addressed, lots of weirdness with the graphics, a lot of weirdness with a lot of the physics of the game, like guns merging into the floor, bodies merging into doors, things of that nature. There can also be inconsistencies with hit detection at times, although most of that has been addressed since the beta period. And there aren't really any options, at least not that I've seen, for vote kicking at the moment, so if there's an AFK player, you're just kind of stuck looking at them. Also, lobbies do not transition at the moment, so if you have a really fun match with a lot of guys, and then you go to your next match, you might not even be in the same lobby anymore, so hopefully they can fix that sort of thing in the future. But before I go on those negatives, I do want to list a few hopeful things for the future of Insurgency Sandstorm. Just like the first Insurgency, I believe mod support will be coming, and it will revolutionize this game, hopefully. Not only that, but we should be seeing a ton of new maps being added from community members, which would be really sick. This game does have a little bit of a lack of map variety at the moment, so seeing more maps being added would be a delight. The guys behind the game, New World Interactive, have been really great about handling their community, being very transparent with them, and they have also listed that everything coming in the future, all DLC will be free, so all of the new maps, weapons, and modes that could be added to the game will all come free of charge. So really, if you get this game now, it's going to be very, very fun for a very, very long time. The game doesn't have as much content as I would like now, but I've still managed to squeeze 48 hours out of it, so I'm sure once we get the full game with all of the content later down the years and months, it will be totally worth your time and money. Heck, I think it's worth it now. So if you want to, go ahead and check out that link in the description, and please, it'll support me, it'll get you a good game, all of that stuff. So what I'm trying to say is, basically, I do not mind supporting a company that has other creators' best interest in mind, and honestly, so far, these guys have been nothing but positive. Please check them out, links below in the description. Thank you guys for watching the video and for supporting me and my channel. I know I haven't made a video for a long time, but it's just kind of been busy in my life, and it's always awkward trying to figure out how to make videos again. So, until next time everyone, I'll see you on the battlefield. Peace out.